Archangel Michael says, something extraordinary is about to collide with your quiet life, and it comes wrapped in the face of someone you never imagined. A childhood friend, once walking hand in hand with you through dusty roads and innocent dreams, has crossed into a world of staggering wealth. What they are carrying toward you now is not just an offer, it's a doorway that could change everything about your future. The air around you is shifting fast, as if destiny itself has decided to knock unexpectedly. This old friend, whose laughter once echoed beside yours, now sits on thrones you never thought reachable. Yet with all their riches and glory, there's an uneasy trembling behind their generous smile. It is not merely generosity that fuels their sudden arrival back into your world. It is a secret, a mission hidden deep within their heart, forged through years of lessons, betrayals, and victories you know nothing about. The shocking offer they are about to present you is layered with both opportunity and heavy caution. Archangel Michael says, you must stand still and listen with your soul, not just your ears, for this moment was woven long before you knew wealth could separate friends. You were chosen for this intersection not because you begged for favor, but because you carried a pure heart that no riches could corrupt. The world behind your friends' eyes is glittering, but what they extend now is more than a gift, it is a test cloaked in temptation. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The day they decided to reach out to you, they sat inside a sprawling mansion that could hold entire villages you once played in. They thought about you, not because they pitied you, but because something inside them whispered that your spirit held the missing piece they needed now more than ever. Your name became a prayer in their restless mind. They arranged everything in secret, not letting even their closest advisors know about this reunion. This wasn't about business. It was about loyalty, trust, and something deeper they felt only you could understand and carry. When they finally made contact, you felt it in your bones before the call even came through. A strange vibration of your soul, a signal from the heavens that something monumental was about to pierce your ordinary days. You were never meant to remain ordinary, and neither was your friendship meant to stay buried in the sands of childhood. The message they send you is carefully worded, but between the lines, you sense the urgency. They want to meet face to face. They want to look into your eyes before they hand you the keys to a decision that could either elevate your spirit to divine heights or weigh you down with invisible chains. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You prepare for the meeting without even fully knowing why your heart is racing. Archangel Michael says, some meetings in life are not about catching up. They are about catching fate itself as it runs past you. And this, my child, is one of those rare crossings where the road will split the moment you answer. As you walk toward the luxurious hotel lobby where they wait, you can almost see flashes of your childhood, moments when neither of you had anything but dreams and dirty shoes. Now, you carry the same soul, but they carry mountains of influence and unimaginable wealth. Their eyes light up when they see you, and for a brief moment, it feels like no time has passed. But the way their assistant hovers, the way their clothes shimmer, and the guarded expressions, they all remind you that you are stepping into a realm far removed from your simple life. They don't waste much time with pleasantries. Instead, they lean in, lower their voice, and speak a sentence that locks your heart in suspension. What they offer is breathtaking and terrifying. They want you to leave everything behind and start anew with them, under their protection, under their empire, with a contract unlike anything you have ever seen. Type Amen to get blessing 999. You feel the gravity of the moment thick around your head. You see flashes of your current life, the people depending on you, the quiet routines you built with your own hands. Accepting this offer would mean tearing yourself away from the soil of your familiar world and leaping into a reality sculpted by money, power, and unspoken rules. Archangel Michael says, temptation often wears the face of destiny to confuse the chosen ones. But the key difference lies in how it feels inside your spirit when you sit alone. That is where the truth is hidden, beyond gold and glitter. They offer not just money but an entirely new identity, a new country, a new home, a role at the very top beside them. It sounds like a fairy tale, yet something in their posture, in their urgent glances around the room, tells you there are shadows hiding behind this bright proposal. Your friend leans even closer and whispers the real reason: they are surrounded by wolves. They need someone they can trust with their life, someone who knew them before they were famous, someone who would not betray them when the storms rise. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Their eyes are not filled with greed or arrogance, but with a desperate kind of hope that shakes your core. They are offering you power, yes, but they are also offering you responsibility beyond anything you have ever tasted. In their world, one wrong move could mean the collapse of empires. You sit back, watching them, memories flooding your mind like rivers breaking their banks. The games you played in childhood now feel like prophecies, preparing you for this exact moment when innocence would meet destiny under the weight of gold. Archangel Michael says, be wise, for not all gifts are free. Some gifts are camouflaged demands for your soul's strength and loyalty, and you must decide whether you are ready to carry what comes with it. The pen trembles in your hand as they slide the contract across the marble table. One signature, and everything you know about your life will be rewritten in a language only a handful of people on earth understand. Type Amen to get blessing 222. Your fingers brush over the smooth paper, feeling the unspoken promises pulsing under its surface. The world outside the window keeps spinning, cars moving, people laughing, unaware that your whole future hangs trembling on a single decision. You lift your eyes, searching their face for answers you already know cannot be spoken aloud. There's fear hidden behind their confident grin, a tremble in their fingertips as they wait. The offer seems gilded, but Archangel Michael says, even gold can hide deep cracks that only time will reveal. They are not offering you just a new life. They are binding you to a secret that will tie your destiny to theirs forever. The contract isn't about business ventures or casual investments. It is about survival in a world where betrayal is bought and sold like candy. They are giving you a chance to become a shield, a protector, a trusted soul among traitors in tailored suits. Your childhood bond is the currency they are banking on, and you can feel the seriousness of it pulsing between your heartbeats. You are given 2 hours to think. 2 hours that stretch into a lifetime inside your chest, each tick of the clock peeling away the layers of your hesitation and dreams alike. They are watching you quietly, not pressuring, but waiting, as if they know your heart is already halfway through the door. Type Amen to get blessing 888. As you sit there, memories flood you, scraped knees, whispered secrets under starlit skies, the promises you made as children to always look out for each other. It's almost cruel how life circles back and demands you to cash in the promises made when hearts were still pure. Archangel Michael says, "Destiny never forgets what you vow in innocence, even if you do." You step outside for air, the grand hotel lobby fading behind you as the real world breathes around your confused spirit. Everything feels too sharp, too loud, as if the universe itself is urging you to open your spiritual eyes before your earthly hands act. A black car waits silently at the curb, engine humming low, reminding you that this choice is not only about opportunity but about speed, danger, and silent wars fought in boardrooms and private planes. You have lived your life so far dodging bullets you didn't know were aimed at you, but now you are being invited into the battlefield itself. Your spirit aches as you realize, saying yes would mean stepping into their world of masked faces, fake smiles, and silent contracts signed with blood instead of ink. And yet, deep down, a roaring fire of destiny calls to you louder than fear. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They text you again, a simple message, "I am still waiting." No pressure, just know. It changes everything. You grip your phone, trembling slightly, the weight of choice digging into your chest like cold steel. Archangel Michael says, "When two roads appear before you, one shining and one silent, the true path is rarely the easier one." You are being summoned to choose whether you want a life of ordinary safety or a life of extraordinary danger and glory. Your friend doesn't want your skills, your education, or your wealth. They want your soul's purity to anchor their kingdom before it collapses under its own sinful weight. They trust no one else. Only you. Inside your chest, a war begins, a roaring clash between comfort and calling, between safety and significance. You never thought your name would be whispered in rooms lined with gold and fear alike. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You pace the sidewalk, your reflection shimmering in the tall glass of the luxury towers around you. In every step, you feel echoes of your younger self whispering, "Remember who you are." Before the world tells you who to become. The world may glitter, but it still cannot buy peace of soul. When you return to the lobby, your childhood friend stands to greet you, a nervous smile stretched across their flawless features. They don't speak, they simply slide a velvet box across the marble table toward you. Inside, tucked carefully in blue velvet, lies a key unlike any you have ever seen, heavy, old, and engraved with ancient symbols. Archangel Michael says, "Some keys open doors to treasures, but others unlock cages disguised as palaces. Hold it carefully. What you accept today will ripple through generations unseen." You grip the key and feel the air change around you. Lightning flashes somewhere in the distance, though the sky above is clear. Spiritually, you sense that heaven itself is holding its breath. Type Amen to get blessing 111. You ask softly, almost without breath, "What does this key open?" They glance around, making sure no one is listening, and then they lean closer to whisper words that make your heart skip a beat. It opens the vault that controls the futures of thousands, and you realize this isn't just about being rich. It's about carrying a crown invisible to most, about wielding influence that can change nations in secret ways. Accepting this offer will make you powerful, but it will also make you hunted. Archangel Michael says, "You have always carried greatness hidden inside you, even when no one noticed. That is why the choice is coming to you now, not to anyone else. Only you were destined to hold the scales between darkness and light." They slide a second envelope toward you, containing not just the contract but a one-way plane ticket, a new ID, and instructions for your first assignment. It's not crime, they are clear about that, but it is about moving among dangerous people, gathering secrets, protecting your friend's legacy from collapse. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. You sit, stunned, the weight of the key burning against your palm. You could walk away and return to your quiet life. Or you could accept and walk straight into a storm that would either crown you or crush you. The old friend watches you, their eyes glimmering with both fear and silent hope. They need you, not as a servant, but as a soul anchor in a world where loyalty is rarer than diamonds. Archangel Michael says, "Some angels walk the earth disguised as friends who cry for help at the right moment." This is not a coincidence, it is a divine assignment dressed in human skin. You glance down at the key again and feel a vibration pass through your fingers, almost as if destiny itself is asking you, are you ready to reign in silence, or will you retreat into shadows? Type Amen to get blessing 3333. You stand up slowly, feeling the weight of invisible eyes upon you, even though no one else seems to notice. This choice is no longer a decision between right and wrong, it is a decision between purpose and fear. Deep inside, something ancient is awakening, calling you toward a path you never thought you were meant to walk. You look into your friend's eyes, seeing beyond the fancy clothes and glittering aura. You see the scared child who once dreamed beside you under broken rooftops and wild skies. And now, that same child, grown and wounded by power, reaches across the chasm of life and asks you to walk into the fire with them. Archangel Michael says, "Every soul is summoned once in their life to a destiny too big for comfort. This is your summoning. Heaven itself watches with a silence deeper than oceans. You don't need more time. You already know the answer written across your soul, long before the offer was made." Type Amen to get blessing 1212. You reach for the pen, your hand steady even though your heart gallops like a wild horse. The ink is darker than usual, as if reality itself recognizes the seriousness of this moment. You sign your name, sealing your life into a future invisible to most but crystal clear to the heavens. The air shifts immediately. It feels as if 1,000 hidden doors open all at once, each leading to realms unknown. Your childhood friend exhales deeply, relief flooding their face, knowing the bridge they needed was finally built. They press a small silver emblem into your hand, whispering that it will be your badge in a world where loyalty is secret and power is silent. This emblem is recognized only by a few, but those few rule industries, nations, and hidden empires. Archangel Michael says, "You have entered a rare council not by money, not by blood, but by destiny's choosing. Your soul has been seen as worthy to guard and guide riches that touch the fates of millions. Guard your heart above all else." Type Amen to get blessing 717. You are ushered into a sleek black car, windows tinted to hide you from curious eyes. As you drive away, the city seems to melt behind you like a dream fading into morning. You realize with a pang that your old life, as you knew it, has ended at that table. The journey ahead is not paved with comfort. It is built with sacrifice, strategy, and silent wars fought behind polite smiles. You are no longer just living, you are moving pieces across a global chessboard, protecting something much bigger than your own dreams. Your first assignment waits in a sealed folder, handed to you without a word by the driver. The folder is heavy, not just with information but with invisible weight that presses against your destiny. You flip it open and see names, photos, secret alliances, and warnings that make your skin crawl. Archangel Michael says, "The righteous are often placed among lions not to be devoured but to teach the lions reverence." Stand firm. You have been chosen to illuminate hidden places with unseen light. Type Amen to get blessing 808 as the car winds through unfamiliar streets. A storm brews somewhere unseen but deeply felt. You clutch the emblem tighter, feeling a surge of responsibility crash over you like a tidal wave. You are no longer just you. You are a guardian of legacy, a protector of unseen thrones. Your friend texts you again, a simple message, proud of you. Welcome to the real world. You close your eyes and say a silent prayer, knowing that what lies ahead will demand every ounce of your strength, wisdom, and courage. The car finally stops in front of an unmarked building, a fortress wrapped in glass and steel. As you step out, the wind whistles secrets around your ears, and for a moment, you swear you hear your younger self whispering, "We were born for something more." Archangel Michael says, "Giants are not born in palaces but in wildernesses of sacrifice." You were never abandoned, you were prepared. Now rise into the calling that has chased you through lifetimes. Type Amen to get blessing 1919 inside the building. Faces you don't recognize nod solemnly as you pass. Some look at you with curiosity, others with respect, but none with familiarity. You have entered a new world where masks are mandatory and silence is currency. You are led to a hidden room where ancient maps, contracts, and artifacts from forgotten civilizations cover the walls. Your role is explained carefully. You are not just an assistant or a confidant. You are now part of the ancient guardians, those who influence the tides of the world from behind veils. The mission is simple but dangerous. Protect your friend's empire not with violence, but with wisdom, cunning, and unwavering loyalty. In a world rotted by greed, your soul's purity is your greatest weapon. Archangel Michael says, "The pure-hearted are more feared in darkness than swords and armies combined." Your light cannot be extinguished unless you surrender it. Stand boldly and shine, for the world has never needed your kind more than now. Type Amen to get blessing 505. You receive a code name, one that will now be used instead of your real name in certain places. You are given keys to secret vaults, entry passes to elite gatherings, and warnings about enemies you never imagined existed. Each piece of information feels like a weight stitched into the fabric of your new identity. Late that night, you sit alone in a high tower overlooking the city, the emblem heavy against your chest. You think of your old home, your simple joys, the laughter of friends who will never know where you have gone. You grieve quietly for a life that has already faded beyond reach. But alongside the grief blooms a fierce, quiet pride. You have not been lost, you have been summoned. Summoned into a higher purpose where your heartbeat itself carries the rhythm of unseen battles. Archangel Michael says, "The cost of greatness is loneliness, but the reward is immortality of purpose." Your name is being written among those whose deeds will outlive even their breath. Rejoice silently, for heaven dances at your courage. Type Amen to get blessing 313. You are scheduled for your first official operation within the week. A powerful figure with corrupt ambitions must be gently exposed and neutralized, not with violence, but with truth and strategy. Your role is crucial. Only someone unseen, like you, can complete it without setting off alarms. The weight of the mission presses against your ribs, but your spirit burns brighter than fear. You walk through crowded halls like a shadow clothed in light, unnoticed by those who seek only glitter and fame. At every turn, you feel invisible hands guiding you, whispers from the divine reminding you that this path, though treacherous, is ordained. You have not stumbled into this fate, you were born for it. Archangel Michael says, "Many are called to greatness but few are willing to pay its silent price. You, my chosen one, have accepted the burden angels themselves applaud. Fear not, for the armies of heaven march silently behind you." Type Amen to get blessing 2020.